Hello, welcome to Daniel's Inferno. My name is Daniel. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you have a moment, please like, subscribe, share, and join the conversation below. I'd love to hear from you. So, today's video is about Harry Styles. He is a British singer. I'm not actually very familiar with his music. I know of him. I know he is fairly popular. That's about all I know about him. He was asked to play at the Super Bowl I'm assuming for the halftime show. He agreed. It's a great opportunity. It's probably a lot of money. It's a great way to get yourself out there to the world. The world is watching. So not just, America, but everywhere. His fans then inundated Twitter with the idea that he should boycott the Super Bowl because of Colin Kaepernick. So Colin Kaepernick has been banned from, I believe, most games. Here, Kaepernick has been ruled out of NGL games since 2016 after he knelt during the national anthem to protest police brutality against black Americans. So, my feelings on Colin Kaepernick is he can do whatever he wants as a private citizen, but when he was on that field representing his team, his kneeling was very inappropriate. He did not become the person he is because of his political beliefs. He became the person he was because he could throw a football, because he could run fast, because people enjoyed watching the sport. His using of that platform was a huge and gross misstep on his part. It is not appropriate to use a platform for something outside of what that platform is meant for. I think when the NFL punished him, they did the right thing. Now, you can argue maybe they over-punished, whatever, but he got punished, and that's all that matters in my opinion, is he deserved punishment and he got it. So when Pepsi, the head sponsor of the event, issued a press release announcing the former One Direction member will be the main performer at the Pepsi Zero Sugar Super Bowl, his fans took to Twitter demanding he boycott the event. The press release also included comments from Harry Styles, who said he's excited to be playing the Pepsi Super Bowl party. I hear they're amazing and I'm looking forward to it. See you in Miami. Using the hashtag HarryBoycott, fans have urged him to boycott the event. So I've already admitted I don't know a whole bunch about Harry, but I'd assume that he just wants to play his music. He doesn't want to get involved in these politics. Now, he has admitted he wants fans to be blunt with him. He's happy when fans are blunt with him. And, he's younger. He still wants to learn. And he even had a post saying that he's kind of yearning or searching for a cause that he can put his full force and weight behind. And that's very fair. However, in this situation, at least I believe that he just wants to play music. He just wants to go to the Super Bowl and play music. So I'm going to read a couple of tweets here. Are people forgetting Colin Kaepernick? Kendall's Pepsi ad? The sexual assault cases that are swept under the rug in the NFL? Just because the issue doesn't directly impact you doesn't mean you shouldn't care. Stand up for others. Harry, back out. Harry, please do not stay silent on this. This means a lot to your black fans, including myself. Do better. Harry, back out. Let's not forget that the NFL dropped Cap after he was respectfully protesting police brutality, but didn't do anything to Ben Roethlisberger and allowed him to play when he was accused of sexual assault twice. This is the type of organization that Harry is collecting a check from. So, this tweet, let's just discuss this quickly. I don't know a whole lot about Ben Roethlisberger. I'm going to assume that when you're accused of something, you're innocent until proven guilty. So until he is or was proven guilty, the NFL was going to let him play. What Colin Kaepernick did was a violation of their rules, plain and simple. He was found guilty and he was punished. I don't care how respectful he was. It was disrespectful to kneel for the national anthem. that is almost a universal belief among people, is that it was extremely disrespectful to Americans, to what the USA stands for, to the flag, to the servicemen and women who have sacrificed themselves to allow people to enjoy football, so Colin Kaepernick could kneel during it. That's what the problems were. And again, he is famous because he is a footballer. He's not famous for his political beliefs. People did not go to that game where he kneeled to watch him kneel, to show how much he cared about a cause. They went there to watch the game, enjoy the game, to enjoy the American spirit. Football in America is really very central, at least in my opinion, to the American dream or the American life. And going to a sports game is supposed to be entertaining. Being disrespected is not entertaining. People at that game felt disrespected when he kneeled. End of story. So, a lot of people are actually taking it a step further and not only saying they want Harry to back out of the performance, but they also want him. Fans also pleaded with the singer to donate his paycheck from the event to Black Lives Matter causes. He can do whatever he wants with his hard-earned money. Don't shame him into donating to a charity. Shaming him to donate to something that you don't know if he has or hasn't donated to in the past, just because you don't like his playing at the Super Bowl, does not mean you have the right to demand him to donate to something. That's extremely, extremely wrong. Styles' involvement with the NFL confused and upset many fans. He has sported a Black Lives Matter sticker on his guitar during his tour, as well as wave Black Lives Matter flags on stage. But fans sadly may not expect Styles to get behind the cause because, as I said earlier, Styles is still searching for something I can really stand up for and get behind and be like, this is my life fight. So a few more tweets. This sticker isn't doing enough. Say something, do something. Harry, we can understand if you can't back out, but if that's the case, then please make us aware. Donate all the earnings to a Black Lives Matter charity. Communicate with us. Let us know what's going on. We're so hurt by everything. An explanation is the least we deserve. You know what Harry deserves? He deserves to not be shamed to donate to a charity. That's so against the spirit of what charities are for and what donating is about. And you know, I'm going to actually talk for a few minutes about the whole Black Lives Matter movement, since this is kind of central to the video. Excuse me one moment while I have a sip of water. So, the Black Lives Matter movement technically started after the Trayvon Martin case, but it really, really blew up after the Michael Brown case in Ferguson. And I actually have the FBI and DOJ report here up. And I'll show you that it's actually from the Department of Justice report when it comes to the shooting and the death of Michael Brown and Officer Darren Wilson. So I've read through a decent amount of this, but there was one paragraph that I thought kind of encapsulated what was going on with the scenario. So Wilson and other witnesses stated that Brown then reached into the SUV through the... Oh, that's not the right one, sorry. Here we go. Although no eyewitnesses directly corroborate Officer Wilson's account of Brown's attempt to gain control of the gun, which is the reason he claimed he shot, there is no credible evidence to disprove Wilson's account of what occurred inside the SUV. Some witnesses claim that Brown's arms were never inside the SUV. However, as discussed later in this report, those witnesses' accounts could not be relied upon in a prosecution because credible witness accounts and physical and forensic evidence, i.e., Brown's DNA inside the SUV and on Wilson's shirt collar, and the bullet trajectory, the close-range gunshot wound to Brown's hand, established that Brown's arms and or torso were inside the SUV. So, am I saying that police brutality against different groups doesn't happen? Of course, I'm not saying that. Of course, there have been incidents where police have used unnecessary force or have caused people grave danger or death because of their actions that were negligent. There are different bodies established within police organizations that review these things, as well as the Department of Justice and the U.S. government. All of these bodies have different procedures and different rules for officers. And when those rules are not followed, there are procedures and there are punishments that are doled out depending on how negligible those actions were. People claimed that Michael Brown said, "Hands up, don't shoot." The FBI report stated that was not the case. They also stated that a lot of the eyewitnesses that said that was the case either did not see what happened or were not credible in a court of law. You know, a lot of the Black Lives Matter movement has been based on outrage and hate instead of a dialogue and actually coming up with a solution. And that's where my problem is with this movement, is that instead of dialogues, it focuses on outrage, hate, and scapegoating. And that's the wrong way to go about wanting a change. Because that's how you galvanize other people against your movement. That's why people like myself speak out against certain aspects of the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, in Toronto, Canada, the organizers of, or like the leaders in Toronto for the Black Lives Matter movement were just the most disreputable people. Jordan Peterson did an interview and he talked about them. And some of the information about them was just horrifying. Some of the things they've said, some of the racist comments. You know, racism cuts both ways. Okay? Racism is about discrimination against a person based on their color. So if you discriminate against me because I'm white, that's racism. A lot of people argue, and a lot of people on the left or some aspects of the Black Lives Matter movement argue that you can't be racist against white people. And that's so false. It really is. You know, I've had people tell family members of mine that they should sit down and shut up and lose their privilege. I have a permanent disability. I also had quite a tumultuous childhood that I won't get into. You know, that's the opposite of privilege. You don't know people's individual circumstances. Okay? So to claim that they have privilege because of their color, that's also racist because you're basing your statements on the color of their skin instead of their merit, instead of their actions. I think I will put the link for the DOJ report for the shooting of Michael Brown if for some reason anyone is interested. As I said, I went through quite a bit of it. It really just corroborates a lot of what I've read before, that Michael Brown fit the description of somebody who had just robbed a market and were getting away. This officer tried to stop them. He opened his door, it either rebounded off of him or he tried to close it. There was a scuffle for the gun, and then there was a shooting. So I don't know where in there, like, police officers have split seconds to decide and to make life-altering decisions for themselves and others, but their main goal is protecting themselves and then protecting the community. It is one of the most dangerous professions to be a police officer. They get so much shit thrown their way, excuse my language, but so much garbage is thrown their way. And a lot of officers may abuse their status and station, but a lot of officers also just want to help. They're just being officers because they want to help and they want to maintain the peace so people can live their lives. I think that certain people do actions that we should look at and say these are wrong. And I think that the Black Lives Matter movement groups people together too quickly. And again, they focus on outrage, hate, and cudgeling others. So as usual, we are going to just quickly look at what Twitter is saying about Harry Styles. As you can see, he's got quite a lot of followers. He's fairly popular. Again, I haven't listened to a lot of his music. I don't know a lot about him. I do know that what he's going through right now is not fair. And again, I know life's not fair, but I don't think it's right for his fans to be attacking him because he got a good opportunity to play at a huge venue that would be televised to the world. It's good for his career. This is actually so wrong. You can disagree with the event, but asking someone to donate money is too much. Puts him in a difficult position because now he'll feel forced to, losing the meaning of the word donating. And it's his money. You're overstepping here. I totally agree with that comment. Didn't Harry once say that he feels unlucky to have a fan base that's honest with him? That's what we are doing. We hold him accountable and he respects that, or how else would he have room to grow? I'm a black woman before I'm a fan, so I can't support him in this and I won't ignore it. Black fans need more from you. Nobody is saying Harry is racist, but your silence is hurting a large portion of the fan base. You can't back out. If you can't back out, put the money to us. Put the money to us. Oh my God. Just give me all the money. It's just throw it my way, please. Free, 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 free. You're working hard. You have a talent. And that's why you have such a large fan base. But you know what? No. You just give it over to me. For every retweet I get, I will donate 50 cents the day of the pre-show performance to Black Lives Matter. Oh my Lord. Please listen to your fans and do the right thing. He's always had a fervent female fandom, and admirably, he's never felt the need to pretend he doesn't love it that way. They're the most honest, especially if you're talking about teenage girls, but older as well, he says. They have their bull-ass detector. You want honest people as your audience. We're so past that dumb, outdated narrative of, oh, these people are girls, so they don't know what they're talking about. They're the ones who know what they're talking about. They're the people who listen obsessively. They effing own this S. They're running it. So apparently that was a quote by him. Just stunning and brave, as you can see. I'm just wondering why Harry, who's shown his constant support for equality, LGBTQ+, Black Lives Matter, etc., is being on white artists have done the same show without hate. It's important to educate him and spread the word on the issue, but remember that he's not the enemy. Well, that's a little bit of a better stance to take. They're saying that they're trying to educate him on something. I think they're shaming him. I think they're attacking him. Again, I think this is wrong. When you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, Harry is a talented artist. That's why he has a fan base. That's why he was asked and got the opportunity to play at the pre-show. Whatever he wants to do with his money is his own choice. But my last point here, and I've said it already in the video, is that trying to shame him to donate is so contradictory to what donating is and to what charities are about. It's not really charitable if you're forced to do it. Then you're just taking someone's money by guilt. That's wrong. So fans, people attacking Harry, leave him alone. He's allowed any gig he wants. It's not like the NFL leaders are running it around in KKK hoods and lynching people. And that's what people are acting like, is that the NFL are a bunch of Jeffrey Epsteins and KKK hoods. There are bad people and organizations. We need to call them out and we need to punish them. But we do not need to shame people who get hired by these organizations. You cannot group an organization as evil until all of it, its intentions, everything it does is evil. Leave Harry alone, you outraged lunatic snowflakes. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Daniel's Inferno.